Good afternoon, Flosstube. It's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. I want to welcome everyone to my channel this afternoon. I'm so glad that you stopped by to visit with me today. I have several cross-stitch items to share with you today. I have my works in progress. I have a prior finish that has been framed I'd like to share with you. A whip that I started in January that I don't think I've shared at all this year. I want to share that. And I also have a new pattern I'd like to share with you as well. So sit back and let's chat. So last weekend on my video, I shared some prior finishes, upcoming sales, prior sales, things that I have stitched with my good friends that I affectionately call the Giggles. There were a few things that I missed. So one of the girls watched my video and said, well, what about, and let's share it. So this is Time and Season. I believe it's More Blackburn. We all started this together at one of our gatherings back in 2018, 2020, somewhere in there. And I believe all of us have finished it. I know that myself and Mary have finished and framed theirs. I know Natasha finished hers, I want to say last year, Natasha. But here is my piece. I don't remember the fabric that I used. It is, I do believe it was an even weave. It was a natural color. And I just kept the framing basic. I really love this piece. I had wanted to stitch it for years. I don't remember who suggested we start this piece, but I'm so glad that we did. Just absolutely beautiful. And it shows 2018, so we must have started it in 2018 because I do know this is one, I think it's one of the first stitch-alongs that we did, and I wanted to finish it. Like I said, I had been wanting to stitch it for years. I love the colors. I actually love this designer. I have several of her pieces, and unfortunately, this is the only one I finished, so maybe I need to pull one out to give it a start, but it's everything to do with the pomegranates here and their colors. Just the grapevine there at the top, just everything about it. It was the first piece I stitched consistently with the pin stitch. I believe the pin stitch video that I have listed in the videos of my channel, I was actually giving the tutorial as I was stitching on this piece, if I remember correctly. So it's been laboring away. I labored away on it till I finished it, got it finished in the same year I started it, and just absolutely love it. Just a beautiful piece with great memories with my friends. And then even though I didn't mention this piece when I spoke last week, and this is a whip that Mary loves all things, she loves all things cross-stitch, but she particularly loves Christmas. And we started this piece together at the beginning of the year. And it was before I started filming again. And I think this is one of the things that got me moving to finish. But I had not stitched anything from this designer before. But this is Shannon Christine Designs. And this is Christmas Manor. And I do know several of you have stitched this one and posted pictures on Instagram. It's absolutely beautiful. And I chose, and in the pattern it calls for, let's see, what is the fabric color? 2 strands of thread. It gives the colors. Let me see. I don't think I see the actual fabric color. Just says 14 count. Well, I changed it up. I pulled, all the colors are here on this ring. Very beautiful, very bright, happy Christmas colors. And I chose to stitch mine on a green. As you can see in the pattern cover, it has like a lighter green color. The piece that I chose is a little darker, but I really wanted the green to show up here with the white, this lacy stitched area. Let me get it out. And this is my start. I do believe it is a 32 count. And it is going to be a square piece, relatively square. And I apologize for the wrinkles, but I had it just folded into the project pouch. This, I love these pouches. I got these from MischievousStitches. She's on Etsy. That's her name right there. And I just absolutely love these pouches because you've got a pouch here that you can put your pattern in, and you've got a zippered pouch here. And they also come with a thread bed, and the more I use these thread beds, the more I love them. So I've got it snuggled away in there, but you can see I've got a decent start, and I've got hank hair on it. Those that have animals, you feel my, not necessarily pain, but those hairs are going to be on your fabric. And then I think Mary sent this as well. I had a holly hobby as a child. I love that. I have the pattern. This particular, I have a pattern of her just like this that one day I'll stitch. But this is my start. So I thought I'd share that with you today. Because, you know, sometimes when I do a video, I'm talking, I think I've gathered everything together. And then when I'm done, something pops into my mind and I was like, what about this one? This was a stitch along with Mary I didn't mention. And just like the framed piece, she reminded me of that one. I'd forgotten all about it. And you know, I'm sitting here looking and there's another one right in front of me, Mary, that we forgot about. Give me just a second. I'm going to lean over and grab it, or step over. Pardon me. This is another piece that we stitched together, and I believe this is an Erica Michaels design. I believe it is called just what it says, God Bless America. And Mary and I stitched this one. Do I have a date on here? I want to say it was maybe 20 or 21. And this is it. I actually entered this piece into my state fair and got a first place, not first class. First place ribbon on it. Really love it. I had an idea of stitching patriotic pieces and hanging them in my office at work because, you know, I'm a federal employee and I love our country. And I thought that I would stitch a few pieces, and then I said, I don't know that I want them in my office where, you know, I have traffic in and out. I don't want them to get harmed or hurt or damaged in any kind of way if I'm not there, or, you know, the things that can happen. So my son Jacob is here with us now. He actually closes on a house on the 22nd and will be leaving home. He come home from the military at the end of October. He starts with a local place. He'll have a full-time job starting next month. He starts the on-the-job portion of the training, and closes on a house, like I said, the 22nd of this month. So he will be gone. That room will be closed to children returning. We're going to make that my husband's office. So I want to paint the walls. We're going to take the carpet out, you know, overhaul everything. And family, military photos, things like that. Just, it's going to be a patriotic office for my husband. And that's where I will eventually place this on the wall. So not for work, but for my husband's office. So speaking, that conversion of that room is something we'll probably do June or July. But right now, everything's about the yard and the flowers. We've got a lot of work in the yard to do. We're getting a little behind. Usually we're already in the yard in the end of February and March. But I've been working crazy hours, so that's not happening. But today I did go out. I have a mole. I have lots of lilies in my yard. I have hydrangeas and lilies on one side of the house, and one of the beds of lilies, there's no lilies. There's like 4, and that's it. So that means I have a mole. We've had them before. They love bulbs, and so I need to replace those lilies. So we purchased some today. So I'm going to try after this video. The children are coming back over. They were over yesterday for dinner. They're coming back today, or at least the girls are. That both of their husbands are working today. We're going to grill out hamburgers and hot dogs. And I think I'm going to go dig in the dirt while my husband's doing that grilling. I'm looking forward to it. I always do. I think it's so special to have grown children that want to come home every weekend. They would come home every weekend and have dinner with us, and it gives, I enjoy having them here. It helps them, especially my daughters with the little ones, that we can give them a little bit of time to breathe, because you have you know, Jacob and his wife Cheyenne and my husband and I to help them with the little ones, so that they can enjoy their day and just kind of breathe a little bit. I remember when I had little ones running around, you don't always have time to yourself, but when they're here, it allows the girls to breathe a little bit. So I look forward to having them here. I'm glad they want to be here. I'm glad this is home. It's a comfortable place. And anyway, so I'm going to enlist them and maybe the babies. I'm sure Evie will love pulling weeds with me. One of the few words that she speaks right now is flowers. So I bought a couple of daisies just to put in the ground with her today, so she can, their blooms are bright. One of them is bright pink, they're Gerber daisies, and one is a bright red. And so I want her to one day be out there with me when I'm gardening in the spring and summer. So anyway, back to my cross stitch. This is a piece I started last weekend, and this is Spring Quaker, and I started this along with Natasha and Mary again, and I've gotten a lot of progress, but this is the only thing I've really kind of worked on this week. I've gotten very little progress on my other pieces, but this is where I am. So I would say 2/3 of the way done, and so I'm very happy with my progress. I probably will not touch this one tonight. I'm going to focus on my other piece, but I love the color fabric that we chose. This is Medusa's Gauge, Gauze by, is it Looping Lepin? Something like that is the name of the fabric dyer. Again, a Medusa's Gaze, and the thread is, it's the call for thread. It's blooming. Okay, I'm still looking. Blooming Crocus. Couldn't think of the flower, but I knew it was blooming. I wanted to say lilac, but that's not it. It's Blooming Crocus. The pattern calls for 3 skeins. I was told when I purchased it by the shop owner that she'd been told by others they only needed 2. I bought 3 just in case, because I have had issues with not buying enough thread. I'd rather have an extra skein than not enough to finish my piece. But it's true. I am into my second, let me see if I have it right here, my second skein, and I have plenty. So you see how much I have left here, probably, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 lengths left. And I only have this part here because this is the edge of the pattern. So here's going to be just the number, and there's 2 larger motifs, but they're smaller than this one. They're larger motifs, but smaller than this. And they're going to be here. They're not bordered. They're more like snowflake Quaker designs, no border around them, and then just a little fill-in stitches. So it'll definitely be finished by next weekend, but I'm sure I can finish it with the remainder of this second skein. Then I also have been working on this piece and consistently showing, and like I said, I haven't worked on the piece as much as I would have liked this week. But let me show you my progress. Now I'm stitching both of these in Q-snaps, and before I show them to you, I try to tighten them up, because when I'm not stitching, I either remove them from the snaps or I loosen up the tautness of it, so that I don't want the fabric to become distorted from the constant pull of the Q-snap. So I always loosen it in the evenings. But this is where I'm at. So last weekend I had just a little bit of the poinsettia completed before I showed it to you. And I worked, what little bit I worked this week, I think I brought this border down just a tad. And I've filled in the majority of every one of the petals. So I only have 2 different colors. These are 2 different shades of white. One's 3865, and one of them, the other is a Weeks Dye Works. I know it's 1101. It's light khaki. And so I just need to finish in these 2 points of these petals, and that's done. I also had a little bit of the leaf to fill in here, and there's some little fiddly bits of gray. I think these are snowflakes, but there's gray that kind of tie them into the wreath, so I'm not sure what the gray is, and you can see it better here. But I filled in some of that. I think I filled in the gray here. There was some here, and just, you know, things that I could fill in with like 1 length of thread, so I did that. So this coming week, probably tonight, I'll finish up these 2 and start counting down. And about here, even with the tip of the cardinal's tail, there are some, I'm going to start working on this part tonight, right here. That's, my fingernail's not dirty, or I guess it is, it's glue. I've been keeping, my finger's doing much better. You can see it's still a little swollen, but the bruising is gone. But I've been keeping a Band-Aid around it, and I was getting the hamburger patties ready earlier. So I took the Band-Aid off, and so that's the glue that you see there. I did wash my hands, don't worry, it's just I couldn't get the glue off my nail. So anyway, back to this. I'm going to drop down tonight and probably start these fiddly bits right here. And then I'm going to work in the cartouche where Christmas is written. So I'm going to outline that and maybe get started on a letter or 2, but that depends on what time the children leave, how long they stay, what time's bedtime. So those are that. So that's what I've worked on this week. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I had a viewer ask me about this light. So I'm going to pan you to my left a little bit. This light was actually gifted to me probably 3-4 years ago by a seller of the lights. And it's called a Ben Q light. I will have to say I absolutely love it. Now I do have another light, and it's actually shining on me now so that you can see me in my stitching. But the one that's shining on me is an Ott light, and I do like that. But I do like this one better. It has a heavy base, so it's not going to fall over. It adjusts in both places here, so I can bend it further down. I can stretch it out closer to me, so this part will bend backwards and forwards. This part will go up and down as well. You turn it on by touch. And I can also control the light. The light will dim and darken. It's right now I keep it on a dimmer setting, but this is as bright as it will go. And then I can turn the knob, and you can see as it's dimming. And the young lady asked me to talk more about it, and I was going to refer her to the video where I filmed a review of the light, and I couldn't find it. So I wanted to make sure that I shared it with you today. I will look it up on Amazon and try to link the light below so that you can see it. To be honest, I'm not sure if they're available still or not, but if for some reason this one stopped working, I would replace it if I could, because I like it that much. When I'm up here, I don't like it directly over me, like the light being here. I like it kind of up and behind me because I don't want it shining on my face and directly. But I have more than enough light. I would comfortably sit between that light, and then I have one that shines on my pattern and shines kind of directly right here. I could work easily with just this one if the overhead light was off. It just gives off that much light. And I love that I can move it left to right. I can move it up and down. I love that I can adjust the actual lighting. Couldn't recommend it enough. I give it 10 out of 10 stars. So I will try to link it below. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're still selling it, but they did gift this one to me to do a review, and it's, like I said, been 3 or 4 years ago. I know that there's other floss tubers out there that were gifted one as well, and the only one I can think of off the top of my head is made by Michelle McGraw. I will link her down below too, or maybe I'll see if I can still find her review video. If I can, I'll link that. Okay, what else do I have? I'm going to pan you back around, and I do have something that I would like to gift a viewer or two today. So, and I've laid it right, here it is. One of my current favorite designers, and I showed this a couple of videos ago because my next small piece will be this one, and it's Pumpkin Fair by October House Designs. And she was very kind and sent a few patterns to me to gift and pass along to you. So it's not necessarily a gift from me, it's a gift from her to my viewers, and I'm very thankful for that, Robin. I'm going to link Robin's Instagram and her information down below so you can go and check out her wide range of patterns. But this is one I would like to hold a giveaway for today. I have 2 copies of this pattern, and I don't want you to say anything about a giveaway. All the typical rules, they apply. You must be 18 or older to participate in this giveaway. Don't mention giveaway below. The only thing I would like to know from you is your favorite flower and why. Why is it your favorite flower? Do you love the color? Do you like that it's a perennial? It comes back each year. Do you have multiple of that same flower like me? I have multiple lilies. I love the way they smell, and I love the colors of the different types. And do you actively, garden this flower? Do you make cuttings for your home? Just tell me about your love for your favorite flower. And this is the piece, Pollinators Garden. So it looks like there's a hyacinth here, a daisy or a sunflower, a tulip. You can see the busy little bees going from flower to flower. What else do we see here? Let's see what she says about it. I will say this is stitched, her piece is stitched on 32 count, 1 strand over 2 threads. The finished piece is 16 1/4 by 2 1/4, so it's a long, skinny piece. As you can see, she has it finished very sweetly as a pillow, pin pillow, and it has both classic color works, gentle arts threads, and week style works, and she does provide a DMC conversion if you'd like to switch it to that. So once again, let me give you a little closer look at the pattern. If you're interested, again, just leave a comment below. And I'd be happy. I will announce the winner next weekend. And there'll be 2 winners. So don't think there's just one. There's 2 because I have 2 patterns. If you will answer the question about your favorite flower down below and the reasons why, I will pull a winner next weekend on my video and announce it then. I will do so probably at the beginning of the video, and I will also reach out to you on your comment. So if you leave a comment because you're interested in the pattern, please come back next weekend and on Sunday and take a look again and see if I've responded to your comment. I may just like them for now. The reason is oftentimes when I do a video where you do a giveaway, it's 2 or 3 times that I'm calling out the same person's name. Jane Doe, you've won, reach out to me. Jane, next week, same thing. And oftentimes I don't get a response. So if you will, only enter if you're interested. And again, check back to see if I've commented on your comment to give it away. So I'll need your mailing information at that time. So again, I'll announce the winner next weekend. And what will I do during the next week? I'm going to continue to work on Merry Christmas. I'm already actively planning my next larger piece to start after this one. I'm excited about it. I'll share that with you as soon as I finish this one. And I hope to have a finish on this one. And when I finish that one up, at the moment, I plan to start the piece I shared a couple videos back, which is a freebie from Teresa Kogut for Easter, because the remainder of this Medusa's Gaze will look wonderful with the color purple she chose in the lettering on that piece, as well as those lilies are going to pop. And of course, it's lilies. But until next time, I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. If you have any questions about anything I've mentioned in the video, just drop the questions down below. I do try to answer those questions. I'm not always the best on answering emails because I don't check my emails, but maybe 2 to 3 times a week tops, if that much, to be honest. If you leave the questions below, usually you're going to get an answer from me there. But until next time, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Hugs and stitches. Bye-bye.